Yeah, like and don't get like the part 1 units, like they're broken too, but he's just like so much better than them that like there's no point to pull on them first.
That's crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
is part one still out while part
Yeah.
two's out? Okay, well then yeah, in that
Yeah.
case, people just go to part
The,
two, get the
the only
unit, and
thing
then yeah.
the only thing you miss out on is they have like do 3 multis get 1 free.
Okay, that's their
So
selling
Yeah,
point.
that's pretty big.
so you'll miss out on the step ups, but it's worth it because he's so much better than them.
Interesting.
Yeah, Todd, I was telling him like people are literally running him on the team, and he's not even like boosted by the leader, and he's still outperforming like the entire
Wait,
team.
what? I actually haven't even read up what he actually does, but that sounds insane.
Oh yeah, he's like the undisputed best unit in the game. Like he's busted. Like nothing. There's literally there's nothing wrong with him other than like his animations are like a little ass, to be honest.
Right.
But who cares?
So like, what does he do?
What doesn't he do?
Because I've never understood how like Dokkan's like stuff works.
All right, I'll pull it up. I'll do a little quick breakdown.
Yeah, it's a little review for the podcast, you know.
All right, let me get him real quick.
This is the pre show where we talk about our favorite game, Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle, dude.
All right, where is he? All right, so Beast Gohan. So firstly, his leader skill, like his captain ability, he's the leader of the best category in the game, superheroes. That's basically just everything Dragon Ball Super and up, all the movies. That's basically what that is. He basically like infinitely raises. So there's units where they raise attack and defense when they use their special ability. Some of them like infinitely stack it. Some of them don't. He infinitely stacks it. So obviously that's really good. Let me see. He also raises defense for 4 turns. He has a unit super attack. Basically, what that is if you have like a certain unit on your team, in this case Piccolo, he does like a different special animation. It greatly raises attack and defense again. He basically has like guaranteed critical attacks. He has the active ability. The active ability. Let me see. Activated one. Let me read this.
Wait, Keats plus 24, 158% defense. What a character intercepts all enemies' attacks and performs a crit. What does it mean to intercept an attack?
So basically, that's a new ability. They just added that this anniversary. So him and the Gogeta have it. So basically, what it does is when you use it, he like every attack that's on the board targets him.
Okay.
Other than AOE's, it doesn't work for AOE's.
Right.
But
that's like
it's
super
crazy.
uncommon.
Yeah, it's uncommon. But like I said, like his defense is so ridiculous and his damage reduction that's like amazing. Like you take like double-digit damage to everything.
Easy.
Yeah, I mean it's just basically like a bunch of like 20% this, 80% that, but just the way he's broken. He's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, I was telling him a good comparison is like imagine in the like, TSL Kainu era if there was like a unit just better than them out. Like that's
wild.
That's literally how good he is. But yeah. So
Dokkan.
we gotta wait till July.
It should be merged by then, right? Or was it planned?
No, they said merging in the summer, whatever the fuck that means. Which I'm gonna assume
is July, probably.
After the anniversary on Global is the worldwide merge like celebration for Global and Japan. So I'm assuming they'll do it then. That would make sense.
They should have just done a slow roll. Just do a slow roll.
It should have been done already. Like I should have the unit right now.
They should have by now, but here we are.
Yeah.
Who would have thought Treasure Cruise did a decent job? First time for everything, mate. You know. I guess
Yoshi.
on that shout out, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 109 of the Good Great Poet podcast. You have the usual suspects, myself, Flame, and Todd. Knight might join us at some point during the episode. One thing that I forgot to actually talk about is what do we want to do while I'm away? Do you just want to have some time off? Or are you guys down to record an episode yourselves? Or what's your vibes going to be?
I haven't even thought about that yet.
Because I'll be away for at least one episode, and then unfortunately I'll be away again for another one. So what's your
when's
vibes?
the next week? March 1st. That's the next one.
I get the old Google Calendar out. You know, this is very important stuff. Got to talk to the viewers. So this episode comes out on Feb 19th. The next episode, in theory, should be coming out on March 4th, but I'll be away. And the episode after that will come out March 18th, but I get back to Australia on March 15th, so we could record that weekend. Then I'm away again another weekend after that, where an episode comes out April 1st, which is hilarious. So
yeah, I was gonna say, I don't mind doing an episode the following week because it's an off app anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
If Todd and Knight want to do it, I'd be down.
Yeah, happy for you guys to run it or not. Just let me know, and we can tweet it out to the people, and then kind of give them the vibe check there. But so just to let everyone know that's listening, you know, they either will or will not be an ep later on in the first ep in March. We'll keep you guys posted regardless. But not a lot of news, surprisingly enough, after the New Year's extravaganza, perhaps you could call it.
They're setting us up for what's coming next.
The old Worldwide Anni, I suppose. But we just jump right into it with the introduction of Egghead. We are starting in the realm of Egghead with the release of Legend Vegapunk. What's the full title? Vegapunk 2, Lilith the Evil, Dr. Vegapunk. I don't know, a bunch of that nonsense. But we got Lilith, the first instance of the Vegapunks as a legend, as well as another legend, Bonney. Wow, who would have thunk it? Another legend, Bonney. How exciting for that one there. But I don't know if Bonney was the right choice here. If I'm gonna be genuine with you guys,
it's hilarious that they release like a new Bonney legend, which is cool, but it's like also in Fighter Free Spirit, which is the same as the V1 one.
It's the exact same as the previous legend, which makes it so much
I don't know.
funnier.
They do that a lot with characters, right? Like the whole meme of int-driven powerhouse Blackbeard.
Yep.
Int-driven powerhouse Big Mom.
Yep.
You know?
It's always
just
the same
all the time.
I get it, but it's also like, I think like because we have an in Bonney, we have a side Bonney. Like, there's no reason to not make this Bonney like a different color. You know, like you might as well just add variety as opposed to, like, you can keep it a free spirit fighter, but change it up.
Yeah, because we had like the Annie stuff was all like quick focused, and we had Momo and Hiyori before that, which was like quick focused as well. And I mean, to be fair, with the whole Gear 5 celebration, we had like a shit ton of Psy stuff, so I get that. And then we had like more Psy and like a little bit of strength stuff for like the 9.5 Annie.
Yep.
So I guess they're trying to give some love to all the colors, but like it's weird because like Dex probably needs some support, but at the same time they probably don't need to give him any Rumble support. That's for damn sure.
No, I think like the last like all Dex unit we got was Otama back in December, and then before that it was Green Bull. So they were the last two Dex units we got, but then before that it was Katakuri and Oven. Otherwise, I guess if you want to make the argument of the dual units,
Dex has not received a lot of good stuff.
Unless you want to make the argument of like the dual units of like Yamato and Zoro Sanji, then like go for it and make those arguments. But like otherwise, hasn't been a whole lot going on in that front. But we have Lilith. Might as well just get right into the unit.
Yeah, Lilith is pretty cool.
Very unique.
Yes,
a lot of unit, and brings in a buff that is going to shake everything up, I think, in its entirety for Treasure Crew's damage output. But here we go. Dr. Vegapunk, Lilith the Evil, Punk 02, Cerebral Shooter, Int unit with captain ability of reduces the cooldown of Int Cerebral Shooter characters by 2 turns and applies the following. Deals 300x character attack in Int damage to all enemies at the end of the turn for 3 turns, and at the start of the fight, boost tag of Int Cerebral Shooter by 5.25, by 5.5x instead if they have a beneficial orb, and boost the HP of Int Cerebral and Shooter characters by 1.35x. If a crew member uses a special with attack up, increases boost effects of attack up by 0.25. A special, if your captain is a cerebral character and your crew has an attack up when the special is activated, decreases the boost effect of attack up buffs by -1.0 and converts attack up into stackable attack up. reduces attack down and despair duration by 6 turns, and deals 300x character's attack in int damage to all enemies at the end of each turn for 3 turns. If your crew has an orb boost when the special is activated, increases boost effects of orb boost by 0.5, boosts orb effects of in-cerebral shooter characters by 2.75 for 2 turns otherwise. She has a super special, super class, but changes all orbs, including block, into int orbs, boost attack of all int characters by 2.75 for 2 turns, and boost attack of int cerebral by 2.75 for 2 turns, and boost attack of int and cerebral by 2.5 for 2 turns, and transforms to super cerebral. Her support, which I actually do want to read out because it's really, really good. Once per this attaches to all in-cerebral characters. Once per adventure, when the supported character uses their special, changes the orb of the supported character into int, reduces attack down duration by 1 turn, and boosts the orb effects of int and cerebral characters by 1.75 for 1 turn. I don't think she has GP. No. She does actually. She does. Sorry. Yeah wait, hold on. She does. She has last tap. Wow. Changes the orb. This is at max. So if above 80% HP at last stage, changes the orb of the character into int and adds 1x of damage dealt with normal attacks from other cerebral characters this turn to the character's normal attack in damage. So that's akin to V2 Straw Hats and K-Dad as well. Rumble kit, so rumble ability, level 5, applies level 6 HP and speed up to int, applies level 5 defense up to int, applies level 2 special CT up to cerebrals. Rumble special at 26 CT, deals level 3 dot damage to one enemy with the highest HP for 20 seconds, inflicts level 7 attack and speed down debuffs to one enemy with the highest HP for 20 seconds, and 100% chance to inflict half stats to one enemy with the highest HP for 20 seconds. GP leader skill at level 5, level 2 HP up buff to int, level 4 attack and defense up to int, level 3 crit and speed up buff to cerebral shooters, level 2 attack up buff to cerebral and shooters. GP condition is after 55k damage received. Her burst 2 uses, inflicts level 8 attack down debuff to all enemies for 20 seconds, deals level 2 dot damage to all enemies for 50 seconds, applies level 6 attack and speed up buff to cerebral and shooter characters for 30 seconds, and reduces 20% of special CT to crew members. So a very I don't know, but the way you read it's kind of basic, but the stackable attack buffs, which were data mined before this unit released, but obviously now they're coming into action. What was your first thought when you saw this unit can literally just add a second attack buff?
Yeah, when I first read it, I thought it was one of the most broken normal legends in the game. It's because this is the first instance of this occurring, and I mean, if we just think of all of the buffs that we can already have, and then you add a stackable attack buff on top of it, it's bro, what?
Yeah, no,
but
exactly right.
It sounds good on paper, but after actually utilizing it, you kind of you come to find that the fact that it can be a stackable attack buff, but it does minus 1.0 to its multiplier, so you actually lose out on quite a lot of damage, and you do also have to remember that if you are running this character on your team, you actually lose out on potentially using other buffs as well. So to make it worth your while, the other attack boosts that you use to stack each other, they have to be absurdly high damage numbers for this to actually matter. Because if you got a 1.75 attack buff and you make that stackable, you're only getting a 0.75 increase.
I think it goes to a flat 1. So
it goes to flat 1. So it has to be
nothing.
Above a.
It has to be above. It has to be basically above a 2, at least 2.1 bare minimum or something like that.
Right.
The bare minimum, right?
Yeah. So you actually need a really big attack buff for it to matter. But I mean, the unit as a whole, through using her, I am a little bit upset that they kind of shafted her in one fashion. The fact that she boosts shooters in almost every component of her special.
Yep.
But her super type or her super class gives buffs to int cerebral, so shooters don't get that. And then her final tap is only for cerebral units, which is a bit more understandable.
Absolutely.
But the fact that her special and her captain boost shooters, but her super class doesn't, is really annoying.
It's a bit funky, right? I think the stackable attack buff, and like you said, this is the first instance, right? So in theory, going forward, they're gonna do it more broken. But I guess the thing that I like about it is that hypothetically, if you do run like this, let's say you run Duke like the same captain, which is not really the meta anymore, but hypothetically you run 2 Liliths, you get you super type, so yeah, you super class for a 2.75 attack boost or whatever it is, and then you pop the special, so you remove the attack boost, but give yourself a 1.75x stackable attack boost, and then you give yourself the orb boost as well, and then you pop the other super class, then you get the 2.75 attack boost. So like it is free damage so long as you have another attack boost on the team. That's kind of the way I see it, at least, as well.
Yeah, that's about right. Like it's just like a way to just get free damage, really. Exactly. I think in a super boss sense, I actually don't think this is going to see as much play as what people think. Yeah. Unless if you have her maxed out, because that final tap is obviously really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
But another thing that's really cool about like this new mechanic is if you're given a bad attack buff from the opponent, you could use it to essentially remove it, which is really cool.
Absolutely. I didn't even think of that, but yeah, you're 100% right. That's actually a really good way of doing it too.
And I've used her a little bit as a captain, and like her effect when you're using her as a captain, she does like allow for like pseudo speed farms with the -2 cooldown, which is a good thing. And especially when she has an inbuilt effect in her captain, where like at the start of the quest for 3 turns, you do end of turn damage. And we've seen, last year with Dex Whitebeard when they released him, end of turn damage captain, but no cooldown was absolutely awful. Yeah. So the fact that she has cooldown is good. You have to be very careful when you're building teams. You need to have max cooldowns and be efficient with the way that you go through the content. So that can still be a bit of an issue. And then again, if you have like specials that give you an attack buff that you want to become like stackable, in her captain ability, the ability to add 0.25 to any attack buff is really useful. We had Kaido versus Yamato. The Kaido side had that effect in his captain ability, and it adds free damage, which is just really, really good. But I don't think it affects super types. I think it's only from specials itself.
Yeah, I think so. I was also going to ask, what about like overrideable? I totally forgot. I remember at the time there was something that mentioned about it, but like I don't think this works with overrideable attack. So things like Rayban, that kind of stuff. I don't think it works, but like
that makes sense.
I think like it's in reality, like the whole idea, because like we also saw from Solaris's data mine that we're going to get not overrideable, stackable orb boost as well as stackable conditional boost as well. So it's like the OG.
We have stackable conditional boost, right?
Like in this sense. Like
I mean, like sense, like Robin and Big Mom that allows to have 2 conditionals.
Oh, so I said conditional. My fault. I mean, color affinity. Always do that. Color affinity. Sorry. Right. No, you are right though with that. But yeah, color affinity is what I meant. Sorry. But like, you are right, because like at the end of the day, like it's really cool, and I mean like we're already pretty confidently and comfortably able to hit a trillion damage. Yeah. Like, so long as you have the right like buffs and stuff, and like. Obviously, with the last Super Kazuna being like that of the Alba one, like at first everyone was under the impression like, damn, Super Boss gonna be really hard to hit, like really high damage, and then as it always is, the veil gets broken through and people are able to do tons and tons of damage, and like what this does is it kind of gets, I think it's a double-edged sword in my eyes, where you kind of look at it and you're like, oh, okay, I can now have essentially, if I have a 2.5x attack boost, I can have a 1.5x stackable boost and then a 2.5x normal attack boost, hypothetically. But then you get into like a too good to use syndrome, I feel like, where it's like, okay, so what buffs do you start bringing? Do you like, how do you approach it? And I think that it is in a sense like good and bad, where it's like the more variety of buffs you can bring into content, the better. But then you kind of get team building, then like gets even crazier, I think. Which again, I think that does naturally boast well for people that really enjoy that aspect of the game. I think overall the unit's a very solid introduction to like. I mean, it's a great start to Egghead. It's a unique buff, which is really, really cool. The support's great, like really, really good. I think the support is awesome. And
it's we'll see what happens in the future with like this kind of effect, because like anything, they'll power creep this in a way where there'll be a unit that'll come out and it'll do the same thing, but it'll like minus
Yeah,
0.5 or 0.25 from the multiplier, and then it becomes absurdly broken.
That's when everything changes, right? Like, you know, the whole world goes in ahead. I think, like you mentioned, you mentioned the final type briefly, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's the same kind of notion of the V2 Straw Hats one. Kind of it'll go through
K-Dad,
all that kind of stuff, which is really, really good. What about the Rumble kit? What are your vibes of the Rumble kit?
I think she's kind of shit.
I think her ability is dope. Her
ability is good.
Is really strong, but then that's where it ends.
Yeah, because damage over time has never been good.
It's never been good, and I don't like. Yeah, I think they need to fix damage over time, where like it specifies how much damage they take. Because like saying like level 3 dot is like, what does that mean, right? You know, I know that like you can go into the help function and like you can find like the specific numbers and stuff, but it's like it should say like deals 1,000 damage over time for 20 seconds or something like that. You know, like make it, set a number to it that's like high. Cause like, oh crap, if I can deal like, imagine being able to do like 1.5k damage every time that unit moves for 20 seconds. Like, you know, that's a nice chunk of HP that you're gonna be doing there. I mean, that's why that GP leader is like, I mean, there's no point even talking about GP
no,
stuff,
there really
right?
Isn't.
When Gear 5 is all running amok, but you know, that's about it, I think. Flame, what's your vibe? How do you feel about stackable buffs? What's your vibe with the Egghead introduction?
Stackable buffs is interesting. Definitely want to see how that goes moving forward, because that can get pretty crazy, or you know, it could mean nothing.
Yeah, great point.
As always with new introductions to new arcs, if I was playing, I probably would have just pulled, just because new characters, fun, new sprites. But you know, if you're not really someone that pulls a lot, I definitely probably wouldn't pull. On this
regular legend as well, just for people. It's end of month batch,
yeah. To be fair, I mean, this came out a while ago, but yeah, I mean, I probably would have pulled for her. I really like her 6-star art. I think it looks really nice.
Art's dope, and the
art's dope.
The attack animation, I think like the shark just comes out as well, which is really dope
cool
too.
Yeah, that's cool. I give her a W. Give her a pass.
All right, I guess final scores.
Ooh, final scores. I would give her like an 8.3.
I think I'd be like 7.5 to 8, like very just flat number.
I give it 8.
Good, but yeah, 8 from Flame. Dope.
Okay. Yep.
All right, easy as.
Pretty fair.
Now to the other part of the Suga Fest, you have get your bazongies out, Bonney.
Yeah, the wildest art.
Why? I don't know why they choose that. I mean, I do know why they choose that. Sorry, it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we have Julie Bonney meeting the worst generation. Wow, look at that. Julie Bonney got another legend. How exciting. Fighter, Free Spirit, Int character. Boost HP of Psi, Int, and Fighter characters by 1.2. Boost attack of Psi, Int, and Fighter characters by 5.25. By 5.5x instead if they have an Int recovery or Tandem orb. Makes recovery beneficial for all characters. Slightly boosts the chance of getting recovery orbs and makes perfects consume recovery orbs. If this character has a recovery orb and you attack with this character, ignore debuff protection and inflicts weakened 1.5x increased damage and an additional 1.25x if enemies are inflicted with increased damage taken debuff to all enemies for 1 turn. Her special reduces bind and paralysis by 7 turns, locks all orbs for 1 turn, recovers 20k HP, and boosts attack against enemies inflicted with increased damage taken or weakened by 2.25x for 3 turns. If this character is your captain or friend captain, when the special is activated, reduces enemies' Psi and Int resistance by minus 50% for 2 turns. If this character is a crewmate, when the special is activated, inflicts weakened 1.5x increased damage taken, and an additional 1.25x if enemies are inflicted with increased damage taken debuff to all enemies for 3 turns. She does have a super type. Changes all orbs, including block into recovery. Increases the orb effects of recovery orbs to 2.75 for 1 turn. Increases all enemies. Inflicts all enemies with increased damage taken by 1.75 for 2 turns. And changes Int into Super Int. Her support, once per adventure, when the enemy inflicts with bind or paralysis, reduces both of them by a turn and boosts damage against enemies inflicted with increased damage taken by 1.75 for 1 turn. That's actually really good.
That's a good support.
And attaches to Kuma. What does that mean? She has final tap as well, which, mind you, why would you release 2 final tap units?
This unit's final tap is dog shit.
It's actually so stinky. Changes the orb, including block, into recovery, and boosts the base attack of this character by 2k for 1 turn. Yes. Final tap.
Like, there's just no comparison between this and like Lilith's. Like,
Lilith literally doubles your damage. Literally doubles your damage output. This unit's like, yes, I'm gonna do like 2% more damage. Rumble ability at level 5, level 4 attack up buff to int, level 6 attack defense and recovery up buff to int, level 3 special CT down to Psy. Her Rumble special, which hasn't been programmatically completed by Solaris, but I'm assuming that means you get level 3 recovery up to int or something like that. I don't know. He hasn't really coded that in properly, but that's fine. He's still shout out to Solaris. Applies level 6 attack up buff to self for 30 seconds and grants level 3 counter for self for 30 seconds. Is the damage that counter does correspondent to your attack up?
I believe it does.
I think it is.
I think it's whatever your value is, like plus attack stacks and all that. I think it does that amount of damage, like, and then times the counter value. So, like, if you have like level 10 attack and your attack value hypothetically is like, I don't know, 3,000.
Yeah.
And then it does a 3 times counter, it would be like 9k.
Okay.
That's my assumption. But then I think that, I don't know if like defense also counts into
defense
that.
Because
I know that and Zoro goes crazy with his counters.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. No, I think defense would factor in there, 100%. GP leader, wow, look at that. Level 2 HP up buff to int, level 4 attack and speed up buff to int, level 3 attack and speed up buff to fighters, level 2 HP up buff to fighters, level 4 defense and speed down debuff to Psy. Oh my god, she's the Gear 5 killer, dude. GP burst after 7 rumble specials, inflicts level 5 defense down to all enemies for 20 seconds, inflicts level 5 defense down to Psy characters for 20 seconds, does 4x leaders base attack and damage to all enemies, restores 50% HP to 2 crew members with the lowest HP.
Hey, actually, low key, if you had
it's like kind of decent.
If you had Bonney at level 150, this would actually be pretty good.
You could do a lot of damage. Like, you could actually really, you could work Psy teams very, very consistently in GP.
Yeah, level 10 defense down and then 4 times her attack. Yeah, that could be good in the future.
Weakened. New buff or new debuff, I suppose.
Man,
or buff. Yeah, buff.
Weakened is the most redundant thing that they've released, man. Like that makes no sense.
It's exactly like the hollow thing, but you don't get it. Like, at least the hollow ability, like, minus stats off the boss, so they did less damage to, or something like that.
Yeah, it was a
or the negative. Sorry,
defense. Yeah,
but it's the weakened is just increased damage taken.
It's like it's a nerfed version of increased damage taken, but then it becomes better if increased damage taken is partnered alongside weakened.
But like, you can have both, right? Weird. You can have both of this. So, like, it's just another. So it's just, again, it's a metric to do more damage. You know, it's a stackable in reality, damage taken. Yeah, you're 100% right. Weakened is basically a stackable increased damage taken. Otherwise, though, like, I don't like the Bonney's fine. I don't know if she offers that much, at least on paper. Like, I don't have her. I don't know if you've. Did you pull Bonney? I don't think you.
I got Lilith.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, Bonney, like, I don't see too many use cases for her. Like, she has a decent special. Like, bind and paralysis is good.
Yeah.
She does give you the conditional boost against the weakened debuff, which she can guarantee inflict with her captain ability. So I guess that's a reason, I guess, to use her.
Mm-hmm.
And she does give you full border recovery slots with her super type special, and then enhances the orb effects of recovery slots. So, like, you get actually a decent amount of damage with her super type, and her like, she's okay, but she's, like, not worth running over a lot of other characters, I feel. Like, she's good against the content, obviously, that she's built for, but after this event period, I don't see this character seeing much play at all.
Does Weaken get affected by immunity debuff?
Yes.
Okay, well then that throws out my idea of the window.
Yeah, her captain ability inflicts weaken through immunity, but her special, if she's a sub, it gives the weakened status, but it doesn't go through full immunity.
Because I was about to say, like, okay, if weaken goes through immunity, or they haven't created an immunity debuff yet, like resistance, I was like, okay, maybe you can make an argument because it's a free damage, and it's a conditional boost as well. No, it's not a conditional boost, sorry, but no, it is. Is it?
Yeah, it's a
it is conditional. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. So, like, in that case, you could have made that argument. But you are correct. If it doesn't go through immunity, then, like, it's just increased damage taken with extra steps. Like, it's not...
I will say Bonney's support is actually really good.
Really good. Really, really good as well. Like, a 1.75 X conditional boost in a support...
Like, immediately, the first thing that comes to mind is 6+ Gear 5 Luffy, because he can inflict increased damage taken with his super or EX super. So, if you're in a situation where you get inflicted with Binal Paralysis, you get a free conditional boost, which you can inflict. Like, that's pretty cool.
Which happens very frequently. Very frequently.
Binal Paralysis are two of the most common debuffs in the game.
Also, if you want to be like that Neek kind of person, which is very obvious, level 4 of a support is only Paralysis. And then level 5...
That's clutch.
Then level 5 is Bind and Paralysis. So you can
that's actually important.
You could keep like one level 4 and one level 5 if you ever got 2 of them, which God forbid, you know.
I mean, it's not like leveling the final tap is a big priority.
Oh, come on, man! Are you kidding me, dude? 2,000 base attack. Do they have how have they not learnt by now that these kinds of final taps are just the worst?
It is ridiculous that we have so many of these final taps.
I think because this, it always reminds me back to when Final Tap first got introduced and Flame was like losing his head, right? He was like, this is such a shit move for the game. And I get the reason why, because at the end of the day, it's like, it's regardless or not, you're going to have people that want to have completely maxed out like stuff anyway. So people will still chase at some point in time for the Final Tap of Bonney. So I get why they did it. But at the same time, like, if you're going to release Lilith with a final tap, release this unit with a tandem or something different or nothing at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but there's no value in putting 2 units in an end of month batch at the same time releasing both of them having final tap. It just gives me the vibes of like Black Maria, what was it? Black Maria, Sasaki, and Who's Who, where they all just had tandem. They were all super class powerhouse. Like, you don't you don't need to do that.
That one made a bit more sense because the super tandems all like kind of did something different in a way.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
Yeah, it was still bad, but
no, you are right like, though. In reality,
yeah. But with final tap, like you can't use them, like you can't use like 2 different final taps on like 2 different stages or anything. Like to the one or the other.
Imagine if her final tap was like any stage. Or something like that. I don't think have we
that would make a difference. Yeah,
that'd be really good. Because at least then, okay, like, I know that I can, like, you could then have less damage for, like, the mini-boss. Like, you know, like, okay, I can do a final tap with Bonney, get a lot more damage output, then save some specials for the final. Like, at least there's a play there. But, like, on the final stage, let me convert my orb into recovery. Oh, I better make her captain so recovery goes to 2.75. Like, you know, it's just a bit of a
Oh, yeah, and another thing that makes no sense with this unit is that when you use her as a captain and she has a recovery slot, when you tap on her with the recovery slot, she then inflicts the weakened status through immunity. So you don't even want a final tap with her anyway, because you want to activate that first so that everyone gets the conditional boost. What the fuck is this unit?
The more that's why sometimes I hate doing this podcast, right? for the pure purpose of like, I read these units like the day that they come out, and then I never read them again. And then we sit down and record, and then I read the units again, and I'm like, damn, half the time these units are actually poo. Like, they're actually really, really bad. I mean, you are right, though. Like, the GP stuff is very interesting. Will I use her as a GP lead? Absolutely not.
Probably not.
Like, I'll be honest with you, in the most recent GP, I just used both copies of Gear 5 in different teams. It felt great. You know?
Hell yeah.
But I'm not going to use as a GP lead. A, I'm not a content creator that like it could actually be a good video, and B, like I just want to get GP done and dusted as fast as possible.
Yeah,
you know. So like I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, let me like try to build a really cool team with Bonney, because in reality, like with Gear 5 running amok, like having an anti-Psy GP like unit is really good. But
unless if like you come up against teams that are you know, people using the strat and not using like Gear 5 as their lead and stuff.
Everyone needs to be using the strat. Everyone,
absolutely.
It's actually such a good strat that actually it's very easy to do, and like just set an auto team and then set it up and then quit. You know, it's not hard. You know, just get it done. Let everyone have their wins. You know, make GP as painless as possible. Except for me, because fuck me, Fight 14, 3 Gear 5s, maxed out Korean players. Fuck you guys.
She may see play in Rumble, but it depends because like the int team that's like versing the mono side teams, like they're already pretty established, I feel.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like this unit has much of a place, but she's
the counter is really good, but if I don't know what this is. It's not provoke though. If there's no like provoke, counter becomes a bit redundant, right?
Yeah.
Like the reason why, you know, as you mentioned, Enma Zoro is so good is because of the provoke and counter as well, where it's like damn,
and attack
like,
buffs and buffs, so he like does more damage and tanks easier.
Exactly. Whereas like if you're gonna set up counter, it's like you're hoping that, you know, if like you're hoping that this for example, like this Bonney's target type is nearby enemies, right? You're hoping that like whatever the enemy's target attack target somehow will line up to being Bonney every time, which is highly unlikely to be the case.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have much else on this. Flame, any passing thoughts?
Nope. Fuck.
Yeah, this unit's
yeah.
I mean, y'all really covered all of it. It's like when they release units that have like redundant abilities and they try to like make it like something like it's crazy. It's, you know, it's not interesting.
If we were to pull the silver lining out of this, I think the introduction of Weakened is great. I'll be like blanket out there and saying that that's fine because it means that it's just another buff that we have access to, right? Like it's another means to an end where it's like, okay, if I hypothetically can't bring in increased damage taken, I can maybe bring Weakened or something along those lines, right? Like that's the only silver line that I see out of this unit. But maybe we're naive and like this unit's somehow cracked in regards, and that always seems to be the case, right? But
yeah, like we all think it's bad, and then someone comes up with some insane strat.
You're like, damn, hold on, it's actually really good, you know? Case in point, look at like Momo and Hiyori. Like that Momo unit was actually like, if you look at the award show voting, that Momo unit was like rated like the 10th worst legend in the game at the time, right? Which obviously is like, it's left to biased because the unit was very recent and whatever it is. But then like you look at the Momo unit now with the introduction of the entire New Year's batch, like that unit's like one of the most vital units to have.
That's it.
And
That's
also
it. Next award show, it's Comeback Legend of the Year.
Okay, hold on. Most underrated. Here we go. We're coming back. And we'll do it on the previous year's legends. That's actually a really good idea for a category. Hold on.
Yeah, like from the previous 12-month legend.
Yeah, exactly.
One made like the biggest resurgence.
Yeah, count it from like that. Yeah, taking notes. Just give me a second, you know.
Yeah.
But no, that's it. What do you guys think? They're out of 10?
Oh, I'd say it's like high 6s, probably. Like
you're a 7.
Yeah, that sounds about fair.
I think like high 6s, mid to high 6s.
6.9.
Yeah, okay, I'll go 6.9 because bazongis are out, mate. But I'm actually, I'm actually head us.
Someone's gonna call 911. That's it. It's over.
Mate, they're already outside, mate. They're waiting for me.
Shit.
All right, that was very easy. Done. Both legends completed. I don't know. Is there anything? Do you want to chat about like any of the other Egghead releases of like the login Luffy, any of the other rare?
The login Luffy is actually pretty good.
Really
I don't mind that unit. Yeah, he's a little annoying because you need to have 4 of the listed units to use his super type, so that's a little bit annoying, especially as a free to play unit. But I mean, I guess if you're new to the game, you get those size straw hats, like you can build a good team out of it.
Right.
He's got a good super type special. He's got a usable special. Captain ability is solid. Like no complaints about that. And the fact he was free, you can rainbow him for free.
Yep.
He's a good unit.
I always get confused. I always get like stressed out because they gave us 15 copies of the unit, but you only need you only need 9 copies total to max him. Max only has 2 potential abilities.
Well, yeah, 10 with the one you're feeding to.
And I'm just like, what do I do with the other 5? Like I get hella praying.
Yeah,
I
just started leveling another one just in case.
I was like, do I delete them? Do I sell them? Do I keep them? Like, what do I do with these 5 copies, man? And now I'm always stressed out because in the previous PKA they had Whitebeard release and they gave us enough to have 2 separate ones. But then with this one, with Jinbe's 5+, like they only gave us enough for 1.
Yeah, so he wasn't going to change type.
But it's like, but he's still a super tandem. So then the other one you might save at 5-star doesn't, like, you know, you can't max super tandem out without buying the additional copies, right? So it's like, it's very weird. It's very, very odd. But I agree. This Luffy's actually really sick. And as a login unit, really, really good too. I think, like, the only thing that I think they kind of missed out on, which this is a very big nitpick, is like, if it's a login unit, I think that it should have maybe like a increased berry / increase EXP type beat.
I agree.
That'd be the only thing that I would say because it's a login unit. I mean, they should be really doing these login units for anniversaries and stuff, you know, to when new players come in and that kind of jazz, right?
But, I mean, they should be doing, I would say, like 4 to 5 login characters per year. Absolutely.
It never hurts, right? Login characters never gonna hurt.
Heck, you can just like reskin special animations with different costumes, just as long as like it's a new free unit that does some cool shit. Like,
absolutely right. You know,
doesn't have to look that good.
Absolutely. I mean, I agree. The super special, all orbs in a recovery increases the beneficial 2.25 for 1 turn, and it's an EX super as well. Probably should add there, and it creates Super Psy and Super Int, which is, I mean, perfect for this batch. And Super Psy, like you said, the free to play Straw Hats, you know, so you get like, you know, double the fun there for sure, which is really, really good. He does a bunch of debuff stuff as well, and yeah, it's a very solid unit, really good, really, really good login unit for sure.
And the Jinbe, I thought he's all right. He's not too
Jinbe's
bad.
okay.
Yep.
Some attack down stuff, resistance stuff.
I really wanted them to do more of a buff with the 5+. I mean,
it's
the fact
barely
that we're
a
losing
buff.
TM units.
It's
we're losing TM
a
units
buff.
for this.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, I think that if we're losing TM units, but then they're buffing units like Whitebeard, fantastic. Make it a different color, unit. Change classes, like make it do something different in the special so it's unique. 100% down for that, without a shadow of a doubt. But if you're going to buff them where it's like very minimal changes and the color and the classes stay the same, there's no point to remove TM units at all in that regard then. Because it's the same unit. It's slightly high numbers as far as I'm aware. Like it's almost identical. It's pretty lazy. Which is a bit annoying, but I mean, if you want to play devil's advocate, Worldwide Anni's coming up. Maybe they're planning something big for that. Who knows?
Hope so.
I mean, fingers crossed, right? But we also had the PvP Zoro and Brook. Did you pull for them or get them at all?
I did the discount and got the Zoro.
I did the discount. I did fucking 5 multis in this banner.
Why?
Because there was a bunch
was something
of units.
Boosted.
It was slashes were boosted this time around, so that's
Smoothie there.
And a lot of good PvP rare recruits were boosted as well. So I was like, I'll send it. I got the Brook. Brook seems pretty cool.
Okay.
But I know from what I've seen, especially Stump, fuck that guy. He pointed out that this Zoro is a busted ass like damage dealing unit as well, which is like
he hits pretty hard.
Really, really good.
He's interesting. It is annoying that he's driven, not free spirit.
Yeah, fair.
If he was free spirit, I feel like it probably would have been a bit too much, actually.
It'd be over at that point.
Because we know that when New Year's dropped, like Roger and Odin kind of created like a new team in Quick and Slasher. I think it would have been interesting if he was free spirit because he'd synergize really well with the Psy slashers. Not free spirit.
Yep.
You have like V2 Odin, Legend Kawamatsu from the PvP banner. You could have done a really interesting team with that. I mean, I still might try and explore something like that, but I think Psy slashers might be something.
Psy slashers, that would be something because you have. I mean, Psy free spirit slashers. I think it still works, right? Like you can still get in there because he gives level 5 attack and HP up, level 5 attack and crit up to Psy, and then level 5 HP up buff to slashers. Like you still get a decent chunk of buffs. But like that, the special 3.4x attack and damage to all enemies in a large sidewind range. For the first 50 seconds, applies level 5 defense up buff to self. Grants himself a 3x counter for 20 seconds. And then after the first few seconds, he deals 3x attack in all damage, in damage that will ignore defense to one enemy with the high. So it's basically just like a nuke, you know, like, if you have him on the bench, he comes in, he deals 3.4x attack in damage to all enemies in a sideways range. And then he also, after the first 50 seconds, he also then does an additional 3x damage to one enemy, ignoring defense. Like it's a guaranteed kill most likely every time.
Just about. I mean, especially if you get investments on this guy, he's gonna hit like a truck.
Absolutely, you know. So like, I think it's a very
solid.
good bench unit. The Brook is like, he's a bit whatever.
Brook's kind of whatever.
He's cool, but like he doesn't do much, which is a bit annoying. It's good though because like he does do like debuff and buff stuff, and then he also does a little bit of damage as well in his special, which is really good. But it's below 50% HP. It's like that's good, and I think that the more of that, the better. Like I don't, you know, we always clown on it a lot of the time where it's like, oh, this unit is really good, but they don't do this, or like they buff themselves, they give themselves an attack boost, but then don't do any damage, or they do fixed damage. So like I think it's good that it's like, oh, okay, they do all this like debuff and buff stuff, and they also do a bit of damage too, because at the end of the day, PvP is just about killing your opponent as fast as possible, right? So like, you know, doing damage is always gonna be a positive thing there. And I guess finally, if we wanted to quickly round them up, the 3 TM Straw Hat Rare Recruits.
Yeah, this is a weird banner.
This is a weird batch.
Yeah, because like the bosses are like Psy, and then these team rare recruits are also Psy, and as we know, team rare recruits aren't super effective against all types in the treasure map, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Which they probably should be at this point now. Like, if we're
yeah,
gonna
they
be
probably
honest with
should.
ourselves.
That'd make TM a lot easier.
Absolutely. I mean, like, it's 3 rare recruits. They're going to be available on every TM banner going forward. So like, it's not the end all be all. There was no legend, which is a fucking dub.
Oh yeah,
which
huge,
is always
huge positive.
Which is always a win. But I mean, at the same time, it's also a negative, right? Because pulling the Robin is harder than pulling a new legend, which is ironic to say the least, right?
But the thing is like next treasure map banner, these units are like so easy to pull.
Yeah, you're gonna do 3 multis. Oh, I got 4 copies of Nami. Like sick. Yeah, you know what I mean.
The supports of these units are pretty.
I was gonna say it's always the supports, right? So Sanji's support is, when inflicted with bind, reduces 2 turns of bind, and then boost attack of Psy and Int by 1.5x of 1 turn. That's Nami and Robin.
And that's a clutch one because that's Nami's first bind removal support.
Oh fuck.
Yep.
Psy Nami says, "What's up? It's time."
Yep. So that's clutch.
Once per adventure, so this is Nami support. This attaches to all the Straw Hats. Once per adventure, when you reach the final stage, changes the orb of this character into recovery and reduces special cooldown of the support character by 1 turn. Damn. That's actually really good.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we have plenty of supports that do like -1 cooldown, but it's fine.
Anything final stage is always a dub for me. I prefer, like, you know, anything final stage or auto procking is always a win. And then Robin attaches to Nami and Sanji. Once per adventure, when the supported character uses their special, locks all orbs for a turn and reduces resilience by 2 turns.
That's really cool.
Damn. That's really good. What the hell? Locks all orbs for a turn as well, which is nuts.
That's really good.
It being on Nami and Sanji is alright as well. Like, I mean, doesn't Psy Nami already reduce resilience in a special or something like that anyway? The Tandem Nami?
Oh yes, she does.
Okay, so I guess it doesn't benefit there, but I mean, plenty of use cases. Put this unit on, like Zoro Sanji. Put this unit on, the Rush Sanji. Like, there's a plethora of options that you can really utilize there. I mean, TM rare recruits at the end of the day are just like pseudo support rare recruits half the time.
When Sober Mask gets his 6+.
Oh my days! Don't even say that. That unit's gonna be fucking disgusting or really shit. I
can't wait.
We'll see. they could fuck it up entirely.
I mean, like, Sober Mask is already pretty good. Even if you just do what Sober Mask already does, just buff his numbers, like he'll be really good.
Put like 0.5 extra on the attack boost. Like,
yeah, if you just buff his numbers, like, Sober Mask will already be a good unit. So I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with that unit.
I mean, on that bombshell, then I guess speaking on potential 6+s or upcoming. V3 Rayleigh gets a 6+. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Don't say boy. This unit's ass. This unit was ass.
Was, yes.
The key word there is was, because right now the unit's actually fucking disgustingly good.
This unit seems insanity.
I think I'm just gonna. Do we want to run through it like proper style, or what do we want to do here?
I mean, we don't have to. Like, just the key points of, like, the fact that the reason why V3 Rayleigh was basically hardly ever used is because you could only use his special during the turn. Like, he would restrict you from using any other special during the turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
And his captain ability didn't do a whole lot. the special, while it was good, allowing Cerebral and Fighter normal attacks to bypass defensive effects, absolutely busted ability. Makes sense why they restricted you to only using that special. But the issue is like, yeah, you can bypass defensive effects, but you can't do a whole lot else. But what they've done with the 6+ is they've added a lot of key utility pieces, not only to the special, but to the captain as well.
Absolutely.
And it allows you to also use one additional special when you get him to level limit break 5. And that does not occur when you have him at base form. So this is one of those units where you really want to get that level limit break 5 because it makes a massive difference to how you use this unit.
I'm looking at it now. It's like 5x attack boost, reduces damage taken by 20%, 10 turns of attack down removal.
That's huge.
Jesus.
If this character has a Psy or Tandem slot, when you attack, he puts 10% resistance for reduces Psy resistance by 10%. If you pop his special in this turn, he boosts attack by 5.75 otherwise, which is really good.
Big.
I also saw in his Sailor ability, reduces silence by 10 turns and makes Tandem always beneficial for this character. It's such a peculiar like combination of things there. And then reduces special cooldown of this character by 10 turns when it's rewinded and makes int always beneficial for this character. Very interesting. Special deals damage, 7 turns of paralysis, changes all orbs including blocking and matching, changes the orb of this character to Tandem. He boosts attack by 2.75 for 1 turn, orbs by 2.5 for 1 turn, makes their attacks go through everything. Is it also like he makes it go through everything for 1 turn, and he boosts final tap of slasher characters by 30% as well. So he changes classes from a cerebral striker to cerebral slasher, was it?
Cerebral fighter.
Cerebral fighter to cerebral slasher. So like really good still, like, you know, really, really good character. Like level limit break 5 in this unit is like, he's going to become so much better. And as you mentioned, this special can only be activated if no other special has been activated this turn, and removes the ability to activate any other specials this turn. I think so. That's the base one, but then the level limit break version is this special can only be activated if no more than one special has been activated this turn, and removes the ability to activate more than one other special this turn. So you can like pop a special, then pop him, or pop him, then pop a special. But like having 2 specials is a complete game changer. And I mean, like, local sea monster went from being the hardest piece of content in the game to literally a walk in the park now with this Rayleigh's.
It's probably the easiest one now.
It's the easiest, Grand Voyage bar none at this point.
It's just crazy to think like what you got beforehand to what you get now, because like, because you know you can only use Rayleigh special beforehand, and it allows you to bypass defensive effects, so you don't need like barrier removal, threshold removal, rainbow shield removal. But now it's like that. He also now gives you higher multiplier for damage, gives you matching slots, removes paralysis. If you use him as a captain, you also remove attack down. And you can use one more special as well. That's really fucking good.
It is absolutely broken. Like just thinking about it now, like with those sailor abilities too, he can't get special reversed. He can't get silence pretty much. It's 10 turns of silence removal on himself. So it's like he's always going to be active to like get through a lot of content. Like it's a really, really, really good unit. And like he's a really good unit to have for like revives or for like a mini boss fight. You just have to pop this unit. You get everything you need pretty much at that point. And like you can just go through and swamp the content. I mean, otherwise, like, I mean, I think his Rumble kit's still whatever as far as
Rumble kit's still booty.
No GP was added anyway, which is fine. Did they add a... No, they didn't.
He's no super type. No.
Why?
Yeah. And also no cooldown in his captain, which is
that's
a little
bit stinky.
underwhelming.
That's a bit stinky. But...
The thing about it is that if you use him, like it doesn't really matter like where you use him. His potential ability is cooldown reduction, so he gets like -5 cooldown with his potential ability. So
yeah, no, that's fair.
You can use him in I use him a lot in Treasure Map just for getting around like mini boss fights really easily.
Absolutely.
And now just he's
even
a
better
good
now.
unit to have.
It's even better. It's literally even better. Like, you can just pop this one unit, done, sorted. You're gonna kill the mini boss, like, you know, sorted every time, right?
Yeah, he's a really good unit.
Yeah, I just don't like. I wonder what their methodology is like. Okay, some units were going to give them a super class / super type on 6+, and then other units were not. Like, seems a bit it's just a bit weird decision making. But
maybe
I mean,
maybe for this one, it's like, because they don't want you to use too many additional specials with this unit, and if they give him a super type, that's like another effect you get. Yeah,
because that super type doesn't count towards his special. Yep, okay, that's fair then. Yep, support's still booty. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, good, solid. Another dub for the 6+ game. Just another.
Yeah, because last month we had Kaido, and I think Kaido's 6+ was really good. I think most people kind of agree with that.
Yes.
Kaido's 6+ was just a solid buff, and they've done another good one. So they're on a roll right now with the
doing
6+.
really well. I would agree. Flame, I have a question for you.
What's up?
How many solo Boa legends have released in One Piece Treasure Cruise?
6.
Damn, how the fuck did you know?
You don't think I know my girl?
That's crazy. I was what the fuck? All right, damn. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, V6 Boa has released V6, man. V6.
It doesn't feel like that many have released.
So we have
you know why? It's because a lot of like side random ones dropped. That's why
you have Boa V1. I'm getting the legend sheet out.
Oh, that's Quick Boa V1.
So Quick Boa V1. And then you have Boa V2. Then you have then you have Super Type Boa V3.
Oh, yep.
And then you have Halloween Boa V4.
Oh, I forgot about her.
And then you have Kizuna Boa, which is V5. And then you have this one, which is V6. And then you also have obviously the Boa, Nami, and Robin, which doesn't count as like it's a combined unit. But there's 7 iterations in theory of Boa legends, but 6 solo characters.
Wasn't the V2 Boa? Wasn't she like Korea first or something?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
6 solo Boas. And we all got debated as players as well, because we were like, it data mine, shout out Brandon, like, Boa's coming out, that must mean it's like, it's Kizuna. Oh yeah, it's on the Kizuna banner. And then shout out Evan as well, the GOAT. He like puts out a screenshot, and then the banner is the pre-worldwide anniversary banner. And then when you go look at the collection tab, Boa is in the regular legends. So Boa is a whole ass just regular batch legend that releases for the pre-worldwide Annie, alongside our first instance of Shaki as a character in One Piece Treasure Cruise.
Yeah, that was pretty hype,
which is kind of dope as hell. On the real ski, it wouldn't have sold more as much, but having Shaki as the legend would have been so much cooler, in my opinion.
That would have been sick.
That'd have been so much dope. But here we go. Boa is the Boa Hancock engaging pirate princess. Also, her 5-star art. Why is she being choked out? That's crazy. Her 5-star art of her getting choked out is fucking nuts, by the way. But it might allude to what is coming out for Worldwide Anni. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we will see.
So we have Boa, cerebral free spirit fighter character. Her captain ability reduces cooldown of all characters by a turn at the start of the fight. Boost attack of cerebral and free spirit characters by 5x. Boost HP of cerebral and free spirit by 1.3x. Adds 0.2 to the chain multiplier and makes Psy and Tandem Orbs beneficial for all characters. Recovers 4k at the end of the turn. Boost attack of cerebral and free spirit characters by an additive 0.1 after each perfect, up to a maximum of 5.5. Special. Recovers 20k HP, reduces pain duration by 5 turns, ignores delayed debuff protection and delays all enemies by 1 turn, inflicts petrified to all enemies inflicted with the Mero for 2 turns, inflicts Mero to all enemies for 8 turns, changes the orb of this character into tandem, and changes and increases chain tap timing bonus of cerebral and free spirit characters to 0.2 to 0.7 for 2 turns, depending on tap timing. If your crew has a chain lock when the special is activated, boost attack of Psy, cerebral, and free spirit characters by 2.75 for 2 turns, and sets chain boundary to 2.75 and 33x for 2 turns otherwise. She has a super class, reduces despair by 6 turns, makes perfects easy to hit for 1 turn, allows overflow up to 2x for 3 turns, and inflicts mirror mirror to all enemies for 10 additional hits, and changes to super cerebral. She has tandem, so I'm calling her super tandem boa, but I mean, who gives a shit at this point anyway? Which Todd actually made a really, really good point here. Her super tandem condition is the exact same for every level, which is really good.
That's clutch.
And at level 5, it is boost the tandem attack of cerebral and free spirit characters by 1.75x for 1 turn, and boost against delayed enemies, boost attack against delayed enemies by 2.25 for 1 turn. Her rumble ability, level 5 HP and defense up buff to cerebral, level 6 attack down debuff to free spirit characters, level 3 special CT down debuff to free spirit. Her rumble special at 27 CT, 100% chance to inflict action bind to all enemies in small radial range for 20 seconds, 75% chance to inflict confusion to all enemies in a medium radial range for 15 seconds, and a 50% chance to inflict silence to all enemies in a large radial range for 10 seconds. GP leader is non-existent. Todd, talk to me about your pulls. How'd they go?
Yeah, look, the pulls were...
It was okay. They were
better
right.
than expected.
They were okay. They were okay.
Yeah, I was not anticipating that to just go bang. First multi, Hancock. Straight after it, bang, Sharky. One and done.
Actually, dope. Kazuna, no stress. Done. Sorted. Completed, mate.
It was crazy.
Okay, controversial opinion. I don't think she's that good.
I've used her a little bit so far, and I kind of agree.
Let's go non-controversial. Look, I think the whole mirror and petrified thing is it's cool because it's one of those things where it's Sugar's toy soldier ability or whatever. It's very unique, but it doesn't do much. Remind me again, what is mirror is when they turn to stone and they can't attack or whatever it is, and they have a hit. Sorry, a little bit. Petrify is when they turn to stone, right?
Yeah.
And then mirror is where they have that heart ability where it's they can only hit you after a certain amount of times that a certain amount of combo hits that you've hit them.
Correct.
Why is there no conditional boost?
So, well, there is. It's in the super tandem.
There's the conditional boost for delayed though.
Yeah, which she does do with her special.
Yeah, correct. I think though, if there was a conditional boost for if a unit is petrified or mirror, that would make this unit so much cooler.
Yeah, honestly, this is what they needed to do. So the conditional boost should have added love, and petrify, and should have been in her special. And then the part in her special that is the tap timing chain thingamajig should have been in the super tandem. Because you only need one other character to trigger the super tandem, so you still get that chain buff really early on in the chain.
Yep.
So if they swapped that and then put the conditional boost for those 3 delay / petrify effects, would have been a way better unit overall, I think.
I still think you're 100% correct. The fact that the super tandem is only one unit is really good. And that's Luffy, Sharky, Sandersonia, Marigold, and Rayleigh. So
the issue with it though is that you don't get the conditional boost until level 4.
Fudge,
so you actually can't make use of her delay mechanics until you get more investments, which is kind of shit.
The attack boost stays the same, which is kind of funky as well. I've only just noticed from 3 to 5. Yeah, which is good because at level 3 it means you get the most out of it. But I mean, at the end of the day, you want the tandem to be at max, naturally speaking. But level 4 is where the tandem really starts excelling. But having it work with Luffy, is good. Having it work with, I mean, you there's a high chance you're going to be using this unit with Rayleigh anyway with the upcoming content. So it's also a dub. But if this was a Kazuna legend, to be honest with you, the fact that this wasn't a Kazuna legend was kind of low key a W for her. Because if this was a Kazuna legend, it'd be very underwhelming. But the fact that it's a regular legend, you can pull her off a ticket if you want. Not if you want, sorry. If you get lucky, I suppose.
Hey, look, we're not all like Knight over here.
Yeah, sorry, fucking ticket god, you know. Look, I think it's a bit underwhelming. I'll be honest with you, her special. I know not that we ever really comment on special animation, but her special animation is shit.
It's terrible.
It is so bad.
It's so lazy.
So bad. In comparison to some of the stuff we've gotten for regular... Like, I mean, Lilith's animation is dope as fuck. You know what I mean? And so is Bonney's one too. Like,
Bonnie's one looks really good.
Rayleigh's is actually really good too as well. But then like Boa's one is just so shit. Like, it's so weird because like it's like the 5-star art is fucking dope as hell, and then out of nowhere it's like, yeah, I'm a bad bitch. Like fucking
like I actually like the ink effect for Boa. I think they did a good job on the art in the ink effect. But yeah, that special is just
it's actually ass. Like, not that we always comment on that kind of stuff, but like I remember looking at it and I was like, damn, it's kind of average. Like the A team was not on this one. The A team was not there for this one. I'll tell you that much, dude. Is there anything? There's not much to really talk about. Like her rumble. Okay, I'm sorry. I should say her rumble. Her rumble is actually really dangerous. Like, she could be the catalyst that breaks free spirit teams. It just depends on how you build
a little bit. So her rumble kit is only really like it's focused around like buffing cerebral and debuffing free spirit. And I feel like this is not going to be a unit used on attack teams like what you would do with Nami Karina.
Right.
Nami Karina synergizes well with the free spirit team, which is very good offensively. Cerebral at the moment is not good offensively at all. They don't have those big heavy hitters that free spirit do. And for that, and also Free Spirit have a lot of ways to increase your special CT to launch your specials faster. Cerebral don't have a lot of that, or if they do, they're on bad units. So Cerebral need a bit more support, but I will say if you're using like a defensive team, like Nami Karina plus Boa, you could do other combos of like Robin Koala to debuff Free Spirit even more. Like it's disgusting. It's going to be gross.
At all costs. Like I think this is like the first puzzle piece into a really, really strong Cerebral team, because being able to debuff Free Spirit and like I think like at the end of the day, like when you play Rumble, like maybe like 80% of the teams that you come up against are Free Spirit teams or have some assortment of Free Spirit
or like
units on the team. Or Psy, like so like if we can start building a team that kind of counters Free Spirit and then have that be an attacking team as well, it's gonna be so much easier to like it won't be refresh simulator as often, I suppose, is kind of like the benefit of it, right? You'll be able to go in and confidently beat free spirit teams, because that's what we need at the end of the day. Rumble needs to keep evolving, so it's not like one team consistently dominates the meta and then it switches to another team. It's like you need this balance where like every team has a viable, like you don't want to play it so it's like you only have one team. You want to have like 3 or 4 really good teams that you can use at any point in time to like defeat an opponent, you know? I think that's the benefit. But I mean, I agree. I think that this unit's Rumble stuff looks really good. I haven't seen it in play yet, but action bind, confusion, and silence in all in one unit is kind of funny.
I was doing some testing just against some single matches, and like I got to a point where I used Boa special and I like action binded one character for 20 seconds, and then when she procced the confusion, it confused all 5 of the opponents. It's like, bruh, like, if that happens, it's like almost like an auto lose at that point for the opponent. Like, literally, it's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely right. You know, like, because I don't think there are any units that avoid confusion yet. Like,
I don't think so.
They can avoid silence and avoid action bind, but no one avoids confusion yet. So confusions are really important, still very, very important, because it like. Not only can that unit attack other units, but also, like, if they have a special, it just goes to 0. They don't use it, which is broken as hell. That's what made the waifu trio, like, just
very, I was just looking back at them, because their special is an 80% chance to do a medium horizontal range confusion.
That's great.
So Hancock being just a generic medium range, so her confusion range is larger because it's not just horizontal. And it's 5% weaker going from 80 to 75, but you're getting a larger range. So
you're hitting more units, so overall high chance of actually landing it right. So
and 27 CT is very respectable.
Very, and you can
unlike Nami Karina with that broken ass special like 24 CT.
No, Nami Karina was a mistake. Let's not talk about them.
That unit is legit. Like that special would be fine if it was like 35.
It was
CT,
35. If it was like 35, like CT, yes. 35, 36, okay.
You can get through like one Nami Karina special usually, depending on who you come up against. But when they do it like 2-3 times a game, it's so hard to win.
She pops it, minuses the cooldown of a bunch of units, and then somehow you recharge it again. It does it to the same unit, so you haven't even used a special yet. Like,
yeah, and the worst part is like the really cool combo that I actually should try this is Nami, Karina, Boa, and then you can have Sanji as well, and Sanji can recharge the special because Boa's also free spirit, so she gets cooldown from Sanji.
You should do that. That's actually like a really. It sounds like a really.
That's
good idea.
disgusting.
I mean, like, I ain't got much else to say on Boa. I mean, it's exciting because I don't think anyone anticipated this to be the pre-Worldwide Anni. Because to be honest with you, we are getting very close to Worldwide Anni as well. Like, where next week or the week after next, something like that. You know,
next week we'll get it probably.
You know, we're in Worldwide Anni. When did it come out last time? It was the 25th of Feb in 2022.
Okay.
So in 2023, it was the 20th. So we had Super Tandem Ace and Luffy on the 25th of Feb, and then we had Sabo on the 10th of March. For last Worldwide Anni. So this is the precursor to Worldwide Anni, which is pretty cool. But I mean, it kind of leads us in. But we'll leave that conversation. We'll have that one a little bit later. So I mean, Flame, anything else to add on Boa?
I mean, it's Boa, so I mean, it's definitely worth thinking about. But like you said, Worldwide Anni's probably coming out in like a week or so. Yeah. So
literally a week.
Probably not. Yeah. Think with your brain, not your wallet.
Not with your hoo-ha, you know what I mean? Because Boa's bazongas are on ample display today. Yes. But I guess think
proper word. Think with your head.
Think with your head, not your other head. You know what I mean? Anyway, out of 10, guys. What do you guys give Boa out of 10?
She's probably like the
Is
same
she better
level,
than Bonney?
if not worse. That's what I was about to say. Like the same level, if not worse than Bonney.
I think she's a 7. I think it's a solid. She's a 7. I think she's a 7. Like, she's good. If I get her for a ticket, 2 thumbs up. Like, otherwise, like, I'm not jumping for joy if I pull her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think she's 7 for me.
6.9.
Nice. Flame?
Gotta give her that 7.6.
7.6.
Oh, damn. All right.
Average it out, you know?
We'll see as things move on and see if people come up with cool things for her. But she seems weird.
To be honest with you, a Psy Cerebral Free Spirit unit, we don't know what's going to release on Worldwide Anni. She could become utterly disgusting with the Worldwide Anni units. And the same way that Momo and Hiyori did as well. Or more Momo than anything. We don't know at this point, right? Briefly, before we get into predictions for Worldwide Anni, I want to touch on version 13.4.1 because it's a really interesting update. Not in the sense of like there's a lot like going on with the update per se, but more so that added item rate info when powering up items in the help section.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
We're finally getting a quote-unquote official source of the, as far as I'm aware, the percentage chances for item success.
So it's only taken him 10 fucking years.
Like we've always, because like it's what makes it so much more interesting is that we've always been under the impression of like a tablet being a 20% chance to hit, and like so like, you know, I want to know what tablet rates are. That's like the big thing there, and I'd be curious to see if they do put in I mean they'll have to put in manuals. What's the percentage chance for success for a manual?
And support medals.
Support medals, yeah, exactly. A lot of like those RNG-esque things. Like it'd be very interesting. Like I wonder legally what forced them to do this, I suppose.
Yeah, because they like why out of all this, like you could have done this at any point, and they only just decided to do it now. So I feel like something. Yeah, you're right. Something feels a little off. Like
what
they were
legally?
Forced to do it.
I think like because go.
I was gonna say that they about to buff the rates before they release them.
Damn, tablets 50% chance, dude. Let's go! Wow, player base Zog.
We're gonna be sitting there like, damn, man, I was really getting fucked over, man. They were 50%.
I should have waited this whole time. What the hell? Why have I fed 27 slot bind tablets and got 0 hits? What the hell? Yeah, I would predict it's a because like I think in a lot of games, like obviously you have to show the gacha rates, and I mean like that's what Treasure Cruise had to do like years and years ago as well. So I'm assuming that this is probably another like step in the direction of to be transparent about what the rates are for stuff. And technically speaking, because it is an RNG check anyway, they probably have to legally do it because it like these things factor into paid units. So like you have to show all the numbers around something that costs money. I don't know. That'd be my legal understanding of it. But I think it's really interesting that they're doing that because in that update as well, it seems like a lot because like, there have been a lot of like mini bugs that have been pointed out by Bandai, and they've been like, "Oh, we'll update them in a future version update." So I think a lot of the bug fixes will be coming in this mini update. But I still hope we get an update at some point during Worldwide Anni, like a bigger update, like a 13.5. Hopefully, I doubt it, but I hope we do because we haven't had an update in Feb besides this one, so I don't know if you want to count this as an update or not. But either way, it's a small tidbit there, but I would really like another update because we were on a really good roll for a couple months there where every month we're getting something, a new thing added, which is really interesting. So we'll have to wait and see for Worldwide Anni. But I mean, I guess that segues us right into, all right, guys, what's our Worldwide Anni predictions? What do you guys feel like is going to be the case?
I feel like most people at this point in time are saying it's going to be Blackbeard.
I agree. I think Blackbeard and Law so far makes the most sense in my head.
That's what a lot of people are saying. And I feel like that would be really cool if they make Blackbeard and Law cerebral focused. Would love that.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean,
that'd be
a
dope.
cerebral Blackbeard, like, I think that would still make sense. That man is a genius, really.
You know,
so
they could Captain Action Blackbeard with his 2 devil fruits and do some like Enma Zoro type shit.
Yeah, they could.
That'd be really cool. They won't do it, but that'd be really cool.
Yes, I would love that.
Dual Legend Blackbeard again.
Oh, no, him and the gun, the toolie, Blackbeard and the toolie.
I mean,
you have to switch.
They haven't done a versus unit in a while, right?
Okay, so like, sorry, Blackbeard versus Law. But most of these we've only had a few Worldwide Annis, but they've always had at least 2 to 3 legends, which is, I mean, normal at this point.
Yeah, so they probably won't.
They could do it, but then who else you putting in though? Because Rayleigh's covered now, Boa's covered. You're not gonna get a Sharky. You're definitely not gonna get a Luffy legend. As far as
do
I'm
another Vegapunk maybe.
An actual. You could do one of the. You could do one of the Vegapunk. One of the Yeah. That makes sense actually.
Maybe. But I think another idea would be the one that we all thought was going to happen for New Year's, being Cross Guild potentially.
Cross Guild, yeah.
Cross Guild is, I'd say, somewhat likely.
They definitely could do a release structure of like, because what they did was like they had Luffy and Ace for Worldwide Anni Day, and then they had Sabo for the TM. I could see them doing that again. Again, it's similar. Film. I guess people want to call it film red structure, I suppose. But I would like. I think Blackbeard and Law makes the most sense to me. I think Cross Guild's a really, really good shout as well. I don't think we're getting any more Straw Hat stuff because I think right now all the Egghead variant Straw Hats have released now. Luffy, Chopper.
But they got to have the new outfits.
Okay.
They got to do the new outfits.
I feel like that's Annie. Surely that's Worldwide Anni.
Or
that's too late.
Like the actual Annie?
Like, okay, I guess like,
that's probably too late. I think. Maybe, I don't know. Good point.
Because I don't know because I mean, like, I do know what they could release for Worldwide Anni. It's very apparent, but I don't know what we're Annie for 10th Annie, but that's 10th Annie. Like, it's a huge anniversary that's coming up, you know. So like, has to be a game changing kind of characters, right? But I mean, do you think that they save like that Law and Blackbeard versus or like fighting unit because it's more hype in their fight, and like save that for JP Annie, and then do a Cross Guild for Worldwide or something like that?
No, I don't agree with that because by the time we get to May, we'll already have the other one.
We'll have the other fights that are happening as well.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, Law and Blackbeard seems super obvious just because of the theme that they've been going with,
Yeah, true,
over
true,
the last couple
true,
of
true,
weeks. So if they threw a curveball, like I feel like that would be kind of weird. But hey, maybe they might drop both of them part 2 cross guilds. You know how they began. They
I think
began
they could.
crazy.
Okay, so because like with the Boa art being like with Blackbeard involved there, right? I could see.
Yeah.
Imagine a Blackbeard and a Kobe.
Yeah, it could be a Blackbeard and a Kobe.
And then
that's gonna be
a part 2 cross
Oh,
guild.
That's gonna be another anniversary.
A second Annie Kobe? Yeah, that'd be
Kobe.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That'd be so jokes.
I don't know if you guys said this, but maybe what if like part 2 they dropped like a crew legend Law or something?
Ooh.
Yeah,
I would not be mad at a crew legend Blackbeard and a crew legend Law.
Oh, actually that would be sick.
I'd be very hype on that.
Although I hate dual units.
Make them fake duels. Make them fake.
So
duels.
like Super Tandem Law.
Yeah, but include like put Beppo and Sachi.
I'll put them actually in the unit. Oh,
yeah.
But then you lose out on
you
a
lose
lot
out
of
on
good supports.
everything. Yeah.
And if you do it for Blackbeard too, he loses out on all these good supports.
Okay, I think you have to do a dual unit then if you're going to do a crew legend.
That's okay, we could do Devil's Advocate. So let's say they go completely left field and they don't do anything like that. Because remember last year we got Kid Luffy and like
some
this ace character
random,
right?
Yeah,
so
true.
They could just go left field and just make Worldwide Annie something different.
But the fact that
they're saying that they could do it, but the fact that they've led into this with Boa, and especially the artwork that they've chosen, it makes sense for it to be Blackbeard at this point.
Especially because like it's pre-Worldwide Annie celebration banner as well. Like there has to be a theme, and like if Law isn't involved, it would also make sense because technically in this part of the story, Law's not involved. So I could see, and I mean, but the problem is like they could have easily released a Rayleigh legend, but then they've done him as a 6+. So
yeah, I agree that I think they doing Rayleigh 6+ makes sense, but a new Rayleigh would have also been cool too.
It would have been dope as hell, right? Like, so I could, unfortunately, if I'm going to be annoying, I can see Blackbeard and Kobe being the two legends there. Another Annie Kobe, highly likely. Because I don't think it's time to have that, right? But then at the same time, it's like, when do you then release Blackbeard and Law? Do you just release another Blackbeard like a month or two later? Like,
I mean, they could also do like, it wouldn't make sense because like I say they could do like a Kuzan just because, but at the same time, like Kuzan will be probably later. He has
to be a little later, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they actually could do a Kuzan because he's very recently popped up in the anime, and that was a really cool sequence.
About to drop a Kuzan dual legend with Van Auger.
I'm down. I'm so down for that, dude. Kuzan, a random another cracker legend, a rare crew pudding. I'm down for that. That'd be dope as hell.
Let's go.
I'm not gonna be mad at them releasing like that won't sell as much, but I mean, I guess Worldwide Annie isn't to sell. Worldwide Annie is like a lesser celebration, I suppose. Like, I think it'd be really dope to release a Kuzan Van Auger cracker like type beat would be really cool as one part of it. But then you have to release Cross Guild at some point, right? Like
it's sitting right there.
It's such the art is already done for you. Like the art is like that could be a fake dual unit, easily a fake dual unit. You know, like,
they could.
It'd be a very, very good. Imagine those 3 units, the amount of supports you could put in them. Jesus Christ! Like actually a really good array of potential.
Oh yeah, because Croc's got the Mr. One,
the Mr. supports. Yep.
Yeah, damn. Okay, you're cooking.
Right,
you're cooking.
What's our round off? Final thoughts. Anniversary. What's the plan?
Blackbeard for sure. I feel like.
Yep.
It has to be.
It has to be. There has to be a Blackbeard somewhere.
Yeah, it has to be. And then like, I feel like Law also makes sense.
It does. It definitely does.
Like, because like Law, he got his 6+ during New Year's, but when was the last like new Law legend?
Since Super Tandem Law, I think. No, since Kid Law.
Oh, Kid Law, right? That came out, in like October-ish, September-ish. So. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, new Law legend, and plus he's a fan favorite. That's gonna sell. Blackbeard, if they make him busted as fuck, that will sell. like I think it makes sense, but you're right. Kobe also fits pretty well in here. I feel like those are the only three that make sense because of the whole Hancock and Amazon Lily stuff.
Doing Kobe as another Annie legend would be fucking crazy.
That'd be so dumb. I would hate the hell out of that.
Rude, dude.
Or if they did a Kobe Helmeppo or something, maybe.
I'd be down for that. That'd be cool. But they could do like a Annie legend, and they're like the basic one. They're like they're like the regular batch, the same style they've been doing for a while, where it's like category category oven release as well, where it's like you have these guys, they're involved. Like, I mean, especially like in that sequence in the anime, Kobe was a pussy boy. You know what I mean? So like,
and Helmeppo turned to stone though.
Exactly. Yeah, Helmeppo can hold. Imagine him as the stone art in the background, and then Kobe as well. Like, that'd be so cool. I think they should do Blackbeard. I could see Law, but I don't think they have to push it just yet. I think they do Blackbeard. They do Cross Guild, fake dual unit, and Kobe and Helmeppo regular batch legend.
But then it also comes down to like, if they're gonna do a blitz battle, they'd have to focus a batch around a blitz battle, and I feel like a blitz versus Blackbeard does make sense.
Right now, we're also, I mean, the most recent legends are like, I mean, Boa is literally Free Spirit, Cerebral, Psy, like,
yeah,
you gotta release a bunch of. I mean, Kobe Cerebral, you can count that. Cross Guild, yeah, sure, make him Cerebral. I don't care.
All right, let me cook.
All right, cool. All right, Flame.
Here we go.
Take the helm. Round us out.
This what's happening.
All right, he just got the message in from Night. He got the message in from Night.
Let's cut the bullshit. It's Law and Blackbeard.
All right,
they're gonna fuck y'all. They're gonna give y'all a Kobe rare crew.
Okay. I see.
My left field pitch is can't count out Luffy. Y'all getting an Egghead Luffy legend.
Damn, that sounds like shit. That sounds like ass. Oh no. I think the sad part is you're probably correct, which is very unfortunate. But
I don't know about the Luffy, but I think y'all definitely getting Law and Blackbeard.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, you know what? If you know what it's time for, it might actually be time for the Morgan's legend.
Ooh.
Yo, that could be so cool. I'm down. I'm so down for a Morgan's legend.
Yeah.
Collab with Roger's base. Pog incoming.
Dude, Roger would have to change his pants after seeing that.
Hey, yo. Yeah. I'm down. Run it. I'll watch that stream. What?
Wait, okay. Stream of what?
Yeah, anyway, all right, that's our Worldwide Anni predictions. I think we're under I think the consensus vote is at least a Blackbeard of some kind, potentially a Law, Kobe, Helmeppo potentially, but maybe less likely. Cross Guild somewhere in there, and then like left field, you have Egghead, Suit, Luffy, and Morgans. I think that's a nice little combination of potential characters that could be the case.
Unless if they go down another route and just continue on with Egghead and we get like Shaka legend or something.
I was gonna say more Vegapunks, I suppose.
Yeah.
That could be the case too. That's also I'm not mad at that either, to be honest with you. So that'd be pretty dope as well. One thing that I did want to point out too in this section, I suppose, because we're talking about Worldwide Anni, the shortened championship time. Really peculiar. It's like 3 days long. It's only like
3 days. Yeah, that's wild. It's usually like a week or something.
So a lot of predictions are flying around that this could be World Cruise could be starting, or something like that at some point.
Yeah, that is true.
It could be for
their World Cruise.
It could be for World Cruise. So we'll have to wait and see and play that one by ear. Last time World Cruise was really interesting. What was it like? You put into Nami, Robin, Zoro, Sanji, Luffy teams.
Oh, that's
right. And then you got points for like TM, Blitz, Kizuna, and Rumble, I think it was. But then it wasn't like an alliance event. So you got points for you got ranked in your team, and then your alliance got ranked against, you got ranked in your team, ranked overall, and then your team that you were in got ranked against each other too, and you got rewards. It was actually a really, you got a lot of gems out of it in the grand scheme of things. So it was actually a really worthwhile event to play in.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe something like that again. We'll have to play it by ear, I suppose, and go from there. But it'd be cool. World Cruise is always fun. Bring everyone together. Something different. All right. That's it for regular news. Done. Solid hour and a half of of regular stuff into everyone's favorite section. In other news, we have the pilot level packs coming back. I don't think we talked about this last episode, but they are coming back with this little maintenance. I think it's something like 60 USD for like 300 gems. I think it was roughly, give or take.
Those packs are pretty cracked. They're
so
definitely worth
if you're like a free to play player, or like you purchase gems very infrequently, this is probably our high recommendation to go purchase those packets, because the gem to dollar ratio is the highest it ever will be, aside from the 10 gem for $1 packets. So go get those for sure. It's each 300 gems. You can use them either on Worldwide Anni or stock them up for literally 10th anniversary, which is Jesus Christ, in 3 months. Like, it's very close, you know what I mean? So like, and you know that 10th Anni is going to go, hopefully he's going to go ballistic. So definitely pick those up if you are privy or wanting to spend a little bit of coinage on the old One Piece Treasure Cruise. I'm stalling because I'm trying to find the February medal exchange. Where is it? Here it is.
I actually didn't even look at it.
It is poo. So poo. Poo, like poo on the bottom of my shoe poo. Like 600 medals.
Oh, but they refreshed the exchange ace, didn't they?
I don't know if they refreshed it. I have no idea. Do you have an extra copy there to purchase?
I'll log in now and look.
Because the thing that they do, they removed the 250 medal tier, which is crazy, by the way.
They removed it.
There's no 250 medal tier legends this time around.
That's
so
depressing.
you have Int Killer and Int Big Mom at 600 medals.
Brother.
You have Frankie Chopper, V1 Straw Hats, Dual Blackbeard, there you go, Flame, Wano Law, Nami Robin, Marco Whitebeard, Legend Lucy, and V1 Marco at 400 medals each. Then they added in that strength for 100 medals. So the ones that expire are the strength Valentine's Day Boa, the Sanji Pudding Kizuna rare recruit, not to be mistaken with the legend, the Blitz rare recruits of Dex, Mihawk, and Quick Ace. They're pretty cool. And then the 2 Halloween Margaret and Mansherry. And then they added in Hitler Usopp, where he's on the Hitler pose. And then they added in all of the East Blue Straw Hats. So the OG, like, East Blue 5-star straws for 100 medals. They're permanent. Good. But it's annoying because they were giving it out for free like a year and a half ago or something like that, 2 years ago. True. Now they're 100 medals, so like 9 multis worth. So that's kind of cringe. And finally, we have the refresh, I suppose, of the Head Start Sugo Fest, which at face value is one of the most disgusting Sugo Fest we've ever seen, but as per Bandai's normal practices, has some of the worst rates we've ever seen for the new characters. So it's available for 3 days. I think it'll still be available when this episode comes out. I'm not 100% sure, but essentially it's really good for beginners. It's a really, really good Sugo Fest for beginners because you are guaranteed, after 25 multis, you're guaranteed Gear 5 Luffy. Which is really good. So 10 multis you get Roger, 15 you get Uta, 20 you get Kaido versus Yamato, and 25 you get Luffy. And then on the banner itself, you have every single Super Sugo Fest character, and you have every legend in the game that's available. But on the limited steps, you have every single Super Sugo Fest character and every regular batch legend up to Rayleigh Gaban, so a bunch of new characters there. And the limited, there's a lot. There's 6 limited steps. So like you could max Gear 5 if you're lucky. You know, but his rate is abysmal in comparison to everything else.
Yeah, the rates are garbage on the banner.
But for a new player, you'd be foolish to not do 25 multis on this banner.
Oh yeah, like if you want to get your account, like get a good account to start with, that's what you want to go with.
Absolutely,
that banner is going to be crazy if you Gear 5 and you.
I'm contemplating like streaming like when I get back, like this stream ends when I finish the when I do 25 multis and just farming, seeing how quickly you can farm up gems. To get enough for 25 multis. I think that'd be I think it's very doable for a beginner. Very, very easy. Story mode will give you like almost 1,000 gems, I think, at this point too. So like it's very plausible to get enough gems there. yeah, that's it. That's a really good banner. It was out for everyone for 3 days, but at first I was like, this is really. I think like if you want to do multis on it, your best chance is literally just to do 2 multis and stop. Like do 2 multis, because on the second multi is guaranteed limited pool, which means any one of the Super Sugo Fest characters and a bunch of new legends as well. Like I'm missing like 3 legends from that. Plus dupes of Super Sugo Fest is always going to be a dub regardless, unless they're completely maxed out.
Right.
So like if you want to do multis, 2 multis on that banner probably at most is best. Otherwise
don't touch it.
Don't touch it at all. That's it. That's all the Q&A.
I also
for us.
I did check the medal exchange, and yeah, it did not refresh.
I thought so. Yeah. Okay. I feel like they would have, to some degree, they would have made like an announcement to be like, "Hey, Ace is refreshing, so go purchase it if you haven't done so yet." So we'll see though how they end up refreshing Ace, because they have to at some point, right? Like surely they have to put extra copies.
You would think so.
Out. Who knows? I guess from everyone's favorite section into the shout outs.
It's the absolute giga chads
It
who
is the
support
giga chads.
The channel.
We love them. We appreciate them. We value them a lot. And as per usual, if you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you go and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Flame, what are they commenting today if they've made it this far?
Captain Kobe.
Captain Kobe in the comment section down below if you've made it this far. And the next of those buttons there, you have the join button. It is to support us financially. We do greatly appreciate it. It helps us continue running the show. Plenty of different tiers, different price points, to however you want to support us. But regardless, we do appreciate the support nonetheless. But a special thank you to our GGP producer of Alexander Wisniewski, our perfect member of Bryan, Kisa, McDermott, our great members of MyDrunkenMoneky and Cswins, and our good members of Ryoiin, Stump D, Gacha, Red Halo, Dr. Erection, Wankerfella, Mike Shallow, and Derry Jackson. Thank you guys for the continued support. We do greatly appreciate it. And from everyone's favorite section into the shoutouts, into everyone's actual favorite section, it is the Q&A.
The Q&A.
As per usual, if you have any questions, make sure you send them through to us via our Twitter at GGP Podcast or our YouTube community tab. First question comes in from @obsidian_steed_, and he asks, if you were to swap out Toei Studios from animating One Piece and put a different studio in its steed, who would you choose? It's gonna be MAPPA, right?
Oh, that'd be fucking crazy.
It's gonna be MAPPA. Like I don't think there's another studio that really holds a candle.
Or like Wit Studio.
Oh, Wit Studio's a shout actually.
I'm going with the OG Madhouse.
Dude, shout out to Madhouse.
Ooh, that's a shout, bud. You know what? I'm down. You've convinced me. Madhouse it is. Madhouse would be dope as hell. Madhouse is actually an incredible shout.
That's a really good shout.
And then he also says, last podcast I asked if Kuma was mewing from the get-go, but y'all think Kizaru was mogging since his introduction too.
Oh my god.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Kizaru been mogging this whole time. All he wants to do is mog, dude. He's just mogged up, That's all he wants to do.
That's insane.
Next question from @Zidian135. They ask, would you rather fight 100 chicken-sized dinosaurs or 1 dinosaur-sized chicken?
The chicken-sized dinosaurs are getting clapped.
That's what I mean. Like, the 3 of us, you just go kicking. It's
Dude,
done.
that's like so easy.
That's free. What's a T-Rex going to do? It's going to bite me. It's not going to hurt. Like
dinosaur-sized chicken would be frightening.
Bro, but imagine the nuggets you can make out of it, though.
Oh, well, that's a good point. But hang on. We could also, we could change this answer, because if it's like fight 100 chicken-sized dinosaurs, which dinosaur size are you going with?
Ooh, shout. If it's a fucking Stegosaurus, okay, that's kind of fucked. If it's a T-Rex, what if it's wait, isn't a chicken a dinosaur? Hold on, isn't a chicken a dinosaur? Weren't they around the Jurassic era?
I think distant relatives.
Chicken, a dinosaur. Here we go.
Birds came from dinosaurs.
This is one question. The fact is that the T-Rex, in evolutionary terms, is closely related to the chicken. I'm just saying, a chicken's a dinosaur. Therefore, we're fucking pulling up. It's free.
Damn.
So the T-Rex. Right. Okay, let's assume it's a T-Rex then, because if we're saying the T-Rex is
that's what we would assume.
Evolutionary, you're fighting either 100 chicken-sized T-Rexes or 1 T-Rex-sized chicken?
I'm fine. The big one.
Okay, go on. Elaborate.
Because like people underestimate like when it's like, oh, would you rather fight like 100 of this or 1 of these? Like, bro, those 100 chickens, bro.
Flame, how big do you think a T-Rex is?
Bro, it don't matter.
Tell me how
you can hold off. You can hold off 5 of them chickens. The other 95, they gonna fuck you up.
No, they're just not gonna do that. How big? I'll just stomp them out. I'll just wear some boots, some Timbs, stomp them out. Curb stomp.
Some New York shit.
How big do you think a T-Rex is? Please tell me.
They're pretty fucking big.
I don't know, like fucking 20, 30 feet. Like,
up to 40 feet in length, 12 feet in height. A T-Rex is estimated to have weighed between 11,000 and 15,000 pounds.
Oh shit!
You're getting blown back. You're not beating that chicken.
Hey, bro, they got them little ass like fucking feet, bro.
But if it sits on you, you die. Like it's over for you.
I don't know. I'm taking my chance.
Oh, he's taking the chance. All right, me and Todd are gonna fight the chicken-sized dinosaurs, man. Fuck that guy.
Taking the little ones.
Taking the little ones. Next question from Nagash9322. They ask, do you think we're ever gonna get the new content promised in the producer letter? I think so, but I think it's probably more leaning towards 10th Annie than Worldwide Anni.
That's what it feels like at this point. It feels like they're just kind of trying to stall until 10th Annie.
10th Annie is going to be, in theory, should be crazily big. But, you know, we've been let down before, so fingers crossed we're not.
That remains to be seen.
Yes. But I think we'll still get the quote-unquote new content, but it just won't be until...
And we've got the co-op quest thingy happening at some point.
Yeah, true. That should be coming out. But I think that could actually re-release during Worldwide Anni. I could see that being the case.
I hope so. It'd be nice.
Next question from Don Famio. They ask, do you guys think that there are 5 important or more important than other ones banners to pull on through the year, being Global Anni, JP Anni, September, 0.5 Anni, and New Year's, or just 2 Anni and New Year's? September's a weird one because it's like it depends if they do shit for One Piece Day or not. Wait, no, that's not One Piece Day. What's September?
One Piece Day is, September is when they usually have like the weird off banners that are just crazy good. Like Kaido Big Mom for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Year 5 tech. Yeah.
Legend V1 Kaido was a September JP banner.
Yeah.
What came out in September this year?
Well, this year we had the Gear 5 stuff early August, and that went throughout the whole month to September.
Yeah, we had Gear 5 was early August, then you had like in September specifically you had Rush Kaido come out, but that was part of the Gear 5 celebration.
What was the year before?
Last year we had Film Red stuff. So it started in early August, then you had specifically in September you had Film Red Luffy, which was stinky ass. But you had Usopp Yasop, they were really good. Oh, sorry, my bad. V2 Sengoku, guys. End of month batch for September. Broken.
Oh.
And PvP got the day after. Let's go. I mean, I think the big moments at any Super Sugar Fest banner is always worth considering to pull on because Super Sugar Fest is always valuable. Then you have the caveat of any anniversary banner. If it's an Annie banner and a Super Sugar Fest banner, it's infinitely better to pull on. So Half Annie, Global Annie, and JP Annie are the big 3 in terms of banners, in my opinion. And then you have New Year's is always a broken banner because the units are always, take this New Year's. That 3 units are absolutely broken in their own regards, right? So like, I wouldn't be vouching for September per se, but I think
it depends on whatever they did.
Yeah, like, fair. Yeah,
they could release some really whack shit, or they could release the most busted thing in the game, like Gear 5 last year for August, heading into September, and I mean, it's interesting just thinking about this now because I know before the podcast we were talking about Dokkan Battle and how they did like part 1 of their anniversary and then the part 2 units were just like insanely better.
Yeah.
Whereas when Global does stuff like that, like usually the first batch is the best batch.
Best one,
like,
and it's used for the whole.
When Uta came out, and then when Gear 5 came out, and then like the ones that came out after it in that same celebration were just not as good. Yeah,
No,
it's weird. But
I think
yeah,
I think the metric is end of month batch is the worst, and any banner that is just a base banner is bad. So that includes Kizuna, Rumble, TM,
Yeah.
etc. Then you
Support.
have the Super Sugar Fest and Annie. So if they're separate though, so if it's only Super Sugar Fest or if it's like regular plus Annie, like I think the best banners are the Super Sugo / Annie banners where it's all encompassed in one, and that only happens 3 times a year on Global Annie, Half Annie, JP Annie. That's where I think the best value is for pulling, and then then you bring in New Year's is an outlier.
Is up there.
It's one of the best times to pull, and then you can factor in that August September stuff, the wacky time period where things just randomly release, and then that's it. Like otherwise, like if you want to min max your pulling, you could essentially pull like 3 or 4 times a year. Ideally, you pull 4 times a year, so you have 3 months of gem recuperation, pull. Gem recuperation, pull. Gem recuperation, pull. Like that's the end goal. But then it's less fun. Obviously, at the end of the day, just have fun. Pull on what you want to pull on.
That is true.
Don't listen to the community. Like, oh, you shouldn't have done this. Like, do what you want. Like, am I super for doing 5 multis on PvP? Yes. Is Toll super for doing multis on Super Boa? Yes. To be both successful? Sure. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter at the end of the day, right? Like, if you win, if you get a dub out of it or not, like it's irrelevant. But it's like if you want to pull and you're having fun, then that should always be your first point of metric. If you're not enjoying the content of the game, don't pull. I didn't pull on Vegapump and Lilith and Bonney because like it's shit. The shit banner, shit content. Like I'm not doing that, you know. But like come Worldwide Anni, I'll tell myself I'm not pulling. I'll probably still end up doing like 10 multis on Worldwide Anni because like it's a good time. It's fun. There's things to do. World Cruise might occur. Like I want to be part of the festivities, you know. That's where like the joy comes out of it. So just always determine it. Like, are you gonna have fun? Do you like the character? Especially like, do you like the characters? Do you like the units? Do you like what they do? Like that kind of stuff. Don't listen to like the min max Andes of like, oh, but this unit's gonna give me more. Nah, just have fun with the game. That's it. From a free to play experience, love the content. Greetings from Spain. Thank you very much. No habla inglés, hablas español. Sí. At Frankie Irony, they ask, what was your favorite year of playing OPTC?
Favorite year?
Favorite year?
Can I hit a left field one real quick?
Yeah.
2020. Started the year with Bullet and Stampede Luffy. Halloween Ace was broken. You had Luffy, Zoro, and Sober Mask that year as well. You had the release of Shanks Crew, Mihawk Perona. You had the release of Super Type and Super Class in the global, so Snake Man Luffy, Sabo, Katakuri, and Blackbeard. And then you ended the year with Odin and Roger.
Pretty cracked.
2020 was fun as hell.
I mean, that was a good year for Legend releases, but I wouldn't say that was like one of my favorite years of playing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think I need dates. I can't remember the dates, but the time period, probably like honestly year 2. Like, I really enjoyed
2016.
Yeah, you know, like when TSL was out, when Cat Viper was out, like that kind of era where it was like Free Spirit Luffy, Akainu levels, and then it went to like that striker meta.
TSL was 2017. What? Till that was 2016.
You know what was my favorite year? My favorite year was when V2 Dofi and Luffy Ace and all of them came out.
That was pretty fun too. Yeah, good point. Like V3 Akainu.
Yeah, 2018. That was 2018 era.
I would have said the TSL Akainu era, but I didn't get either of them until a year and a half after.
Same. Don't worry. Same. I think for me, 2020 was dope as hell. That's my shout.
But that's like my estimate guess. If I'm being serious, my favorite year was like right when I started playing. That was when the game was the most fun to me.
Yeah, because it's just a whole new experience, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was God tier. Even though the game sucked ass.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I think for me it's 2020 was a dope time. Bro, you had Pudding 2020. Like, what's up, man?
I don't give a fuck.
Hey, all right, clip it.
Wow.
Clip it.
Ditching his girl.
Clip it.
Nah, man, she ditched me, bro. She on the Blackbeard ship.
I don't think she chose to do that, mind you.
Imagine if that's actually what happened. Imagine if she actually chose to go kidnap.
That's crazy, bro. Maybe we'll find out.
That'd be
pulls a
wild.
fast one. All right. Next question from fucking. Why is this person's name? Soccer D Nuts. That's crazy. If you had to add any character as a Valentine unit to OPTC who doesn't already have a Valentine's unit, who would it be?
Are we talking Valentine Legends or just a unit?
Anything, man.
Shit, I don't even know all the Valentines.
Oh, just go Legends then. I mean, there's no Valentine's Legend anyway. But who would you add, just in general? Who would you add as a Valentine's Day unit? Add in Valentine Suru to get the gums out for Valentine's Day. That's all right.
Hey, yo.
If that
She
was
got them chocolate gums.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Fucking caked up. That one's for night.
I got a really underrated answer for this
Here you
one.
go.
What
Go
about
hit it.
Hina?
Okay, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get that. Do we have a Valentine's Day Vivi?
Probably as like a rare recruit.
Well, we've got the summer VV legend, but that's not really Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's not.
I
Valentine's
think
Day.
you know what? Fuck it. Give the husbandos a shout, man. Give me fucking topless Law. Give me topless Zoro. Give me topless Kaido. Topless Alba.
Solaris has been calling for
Let's get
husbandos for ages.
Swimsuit Katakuri.
Swimsuit Katakuri. Bro, you know what? Valentine's Alba, and he's holding like a rose in his hand. You know, I'm down.
Oh, yeah,
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He's got like the rose in his mouth.
That's what I'm saying. He's hot as hell, brother. Like that's it, literally.
You get that spandex queen.
That spandex queen.
Yes. You got the speedos.
Young Big Mom. I'm down. Run this.
Oh yeah. Actually, run that. That's the answer.
Give me a Stussy. Give me some of them. Give some of them honeys, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Baccarat.
Okay, and then you also get Dyson. You also get Dyson Tanaka as well.
Dude, now we're cooking. And then we get the Tesoro from the film where he gets up the spa and he sees his butt.
That's the legend art as well. It's his ass.
That's crazy.
Tesoro's ass.
Give me the Helmeppo from the live action. Double checked up.
That's the best answer, dude.
There you go.
Dude, you know what's funny is with Game Freak's reroll account.
It's got Helmeppo's cheeks, every single one of them. I always look at them like, that's funny. Like that's funny.
Helmeppo's cheeks.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
That's a good
Helmeppo's cheeks is what we want for Valentine's Day. All right. Next question from Wankafella. Perfect timing. Soccer D's nuts into wanking a fella. Hey mates. Damn. I know this is niche, but for the love of God, can Bandai ever improve our quality of life by letting us favorite multiple characters at once? It's not niche. That's not niche at all. That's like one of the most wanted things by everyone. I just transferred devices and favoriting my characters again is the most tedious thing ever. I've been at it for a good 2 hours and still only done half of my box and rant. That's really good timing, by the way. That's really well done. People Stump still hasn't done it. He got a new phone. It's taken him fucking 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh nah, bro, you gotta do
lazy
it.
Lazy ass.
Nah.
On that note, looking at some of the old characters we no longer use, I found the GOAT GP Usopp and thought if they made a 5+ of him to make him relevant again, I would wish they'd have his delay go through immunity and give him a conditional boost. What OG character would you have? Would you want to have a 5+, and how would you build that 5+? I think every single raid should have a 5+. We don't have raids anymore or Colosseum.
That was the first thing I went to was like raid Mihawk or raid Dopey.
Raid Chopper could be dope as hell too.
Oh, Monster Chopper.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, you know, any OG raid.
Let's get freaky. Let's get raid Hercules, and he guarantees all Wano orbs and locks it 5+.
What the fuck? Wano orbs?
Some crazy shit.
Where did that come from?
I don't know, just some random shit.
But also, I think imagine the thing is all of those units getting a 5+ would be so easy to do. Not designing the character, but actually implementing them in the game. Be like, oh, okay, you can now 5+ Chopper, Chopper, Mihawk, and Doflamingo, but you have to farm the skulls from their raids. They're not guaranteed drops. Done.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is add a drop on the fourth stage. Done. Add in a % chance for the gold chest drop. You have to get 5 skulls. Forces people to play the game. Consumes KPIs go through the roof because people are actually constantly playing. Forces users to either spend gems or stamina meats to get stamina again. Replays old content so you get additional plays in previous content as well. So that's all like business wise. Massive dub, and you don't have to make new content. Furthermore, you just make it so like the content's either available for like a month, or just force people to have it cycle through every day because they cycle through every color every day in content in raids anyway, or just bring back the fucking recollection archive, you dogs. Like it's plain and simple. It'd be such an easy way to implement raids and then do the same with Coliseums and the same with arenas, like, you know. It'd be a breath of fresh air, but it also allow us to go and play old content again, but have it be a percentage chance drop rather than guaranteed.
Okay.
I feel you.
Done. Easy money. But what would you do? Raid Mihawk. What do you 5+ing him as? Currently, his special is deals 30% damage in HP to all enemies.
Make him like V1 Law, where he allows your character's specials to go through defensive effects.
That's a really good idea.
Normal attacks only or whatever. Like I think that'd be pretty cool. And like Dofi, if you gave one to him, I don't know what you'd do.
Because he's an orb switcher.
Yeah, so maybe you can make it so I don't know how they would program it, but whatever orb you swap, like it enhances the multiplier of that specific slot or something like that. That could be kind of spicy.
Okay, I see you. Yeah, I like that. It's a cool idea.
And then like maybe give him a clock buff and like an orb block as well.
Orb block with it.
And like say like after the next turn you get another orb boost, something like that. He'd be kind of cool. If
orb boost, attack boost type beat.
Oh, you could do that too. Yeah.
Where is this chopper?
They should make it so you gotta refarm his special the 30 copies again.
I'm down. Run it.
Hey, it gives us something to do.
This monster chopper deals random damage to one enemy and boosts the attack of strength. So just honestly, just give him fixed damage. Like give him fixed damage so he's usable. Fixed damage to all enemies instead. So change it up so like, you know, he's usable in things like TM and stuff. And make the attack boost a little larger for strength characters, or make it an attack and orb boost by 1.75 for 1 turn, and then just his cooldown's already at 10 turns, so lower it to like 8 or 7. You know, something a little difference. You get like a bit of wave clear, you get like a mini attack and orb boost. Maybe give him like attack orb and color affinity. You know, so it's just like a pop one special, so you have a bunch of damage for 1 turn. It's on a lower cooldown.
Yep.
Dunzo. All right, penultimate question from Knight. This is great. If you guys haven't read this question's hilarious. At Nightmare JP, he asks, "Hey fellas, imagine GGP but freaky."
Oh no!
It probably would be something like Captain Phallus, Toad Skeet, Freakvius, Stump D Guzzler, and Knight. He just left himself as Knight. That's crazy.
No, hero QOTD as cutie of the day.
Yeah, that's it. Cutie of the day. Who is it? Question of the day. If you had to erase one of these from existence in order to obtain your dream life, what would you pick? The love of your life, your favorite mangaka, or the creator of your favorite dish? Note 1, whatever is erased cannot be reobtained in your dream life. Note 2, for the creator of your fave dish, example pizza, is gonzo forever. Note 3, haha, can't believe you read this too. I hate this.
Wow.
Alright, what are you picking?
The chef is dead.
Who's the creator of your favorite dish?
I don't know.
Or what's your favorite dish?
I don't know. It changes a lot.
Because the creator of my favorite dish is my mum. And to be honest with you, like, I'm not taking out Mumsy for my dream life. Like,
yeah, I was about to say that my creator of my favorite dish is my grandma. So
I'm not
like,
doing
damn,
that.
rip grandma.
Honestly, favorite manga is also hard as fuck too. It's like Otter dies, and it's like, I don't want that to happen either.
But so, does that also mean that everything related to One Piece is also gone?
It's gone.
Well, according to the notes, that's not what happened. He only
Yeah,
put
just-
notes
he
for that
does.
last one.
He
Yeah.
said for the creator of the fave dish example pizza is Gonzo forever.
Yeah.
So if you like,
Hey man,
okay,
my favorite series already done, so my manga can get ripped.
who's that? Is that Fruits Basket?
No, it's my favorite's a visual novel. To be honest, I don't even know the
It's
author's name.
Origaru, mate. You don't have to fucking act. I get crazy, mate. We both know.
Yeah, low key.
For me, technically, it's
Yeah.
actually Haikyuu's probably my favorite manga of all time. Until One Piece.
Yeah,
is
Haikyuu's
finished.
done.
He can
he's
go.
done, though.
He can get yoinked for like. No, honestly, Love of Your Life gone. Fuck him. I love One Piece too much, man. Just get the fuck out. I don't have to marry the love of my life. I can marry someone I like. It doesn't matter. They don't have to be the love of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, man, love of my life. I don't got one, so
That's
you
what
can
I'm
go.
saying. You can go too. Todd's in a dilemma though. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I think I gotta kill the creator of my favorite dish. That's the thing. Like, I like a lot of different foods. Like, one of my favorite foods is beef stroganoff. So I guess whoever created that gets murked.
But then also beef stroganoff gets murked as well, according to the notes.
Yeah, that sucks.
So who's the correct beef stroganoff? One theory holds that the general and diplomat Pavel Alexandrovich Stroganov. His last name was Stroganov, dude. He made it. What a hero. He's dead. He died ages ago.
See you, champ.
Is he a boss? In 1891, the French chef, somebody else made it as well. They've been dead, brother. Fucking get out of here, man. They're far right. But beef stroganoff goes, though. That means it disappears, too. You willing to live with that forever?
I mean, yeah, I'll find something else that I like.
Damn, right, there you go. Me and Flame killed the love of our life. Todd killed his favorite dish. Rest in peace.
That's fine.
Man.
That's easy.
Works out. And last question, as usual, from Cody. Hey, fellas, as always, thank you ever so much for the work that you do. No questions or anything on my end this week. Just wanted to make sure you all know how appreciated and loved you all are. Keep killing it like the bosses that you are. Your boy, Cody in Canada. Thank you, Cody. That's very, very sweet and very much appreciated. And that's it. Episode 109 in the books, sorted out. As we said at the start of this ep, the guys might still record an episode. They might not. We'll keep you guys updated on the social platforms depending on what gets decided. So just keep your eyes out on our social platforms. You know, and if you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you go down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Join if you want to support us financially as well. Continue in the description. You can find our Linktree link, linktr.ee/perfect. And then there you can find all of our socials, being Twitter at GGP Podcast. You can find us on anchor.fm/perfect. And, you know, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, to name a few. Continue down there. You can find all of our socials, Flavius, Todd, myself, and Nightmare JP. And that's it. Yeah, like we said, we'll keep you guys posted on what happens, you know. We won't leave you guys in the dust. We'll make sure you guys are informed. But with that being said, I've been Captain Poppy, Flame, and Todd. Thank you. What the? He's here. He's here for the ending.
What?
Knight, sign us out, dude. Sign us out.
All right. Thank you guys for listening to the episode. Take care.
And we'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.